So Samsung launched 3 mid-range phones: Galaxy F22, Galaxy M32, and Galaxy A22, which has 2 variants, 4G and 5G. Today I'll be doing my first impressions on Galaxy A22 4G. This phone comes with a 15-watt charger, which is not that fast, but it does pretty well. Galaxy A22 comes in different colors. For me, I have hands on the black finish, which is made of plastic, though it is firm, and the plastic is so shiny on the back. And again, it is also sensitive to fingerprints. Once you touch that, you will feel that the fingerprints are always shown on the back. So you will always need to, clean it. Now, this phone has a 6.4-inch AMOLED screen with a 90 Hz refresh rate. And I've been trying to have games on this very phone. It does pretty well, but then when you have a more graphically demanding game, it does warm this very phone and it gets a little bit hot. So this phone is not meant for gaming, but you can play the normal games that are not that much graphically demanding. The phone itself feels light because it is 186 grams in weight. Galaxy A22 has 3 buttons embedded on the right hand side, and it has a power button which doubles as the fingerprint sensor. The fingerprint is so sensitive, it just needs you to just touch on it and it opens the phone. And it only delays when you have wet hands or you have oily hands. Otherwise, the sensor is very sensitive. When you come to brightness, it has 600 nits of brightness, and that is pretty enough for you to use it. Although I found some problem using it on the sunshine, because sometimes you need to push this very brightness to this very end for you to view it on a shiny day. So the light itself is enough for you to see, especially when you are indoors. Now let's talk about the battery. Now the battery is 5000 milliamperes, and for the past 1 week I've been testing how long does this battery last. And the first day I did charge it to 100%, and I used it so much with my data bundles on, with my Wi-Fi on, and it took me about 32 hours without charging it again. Then I tried to use it just on standby, no data on, no Wi-Fi on, and it took me about 38 hours before I had to charge it. So if you're looking for a phone with a good battery which has a better lifespan, then I guess Galaxy A22 will suit you. Now this phone uses a USB-C cable for charging, and on the same side where we have the charger, we have also the headphone jack, which is a 3.5mm jack. We also have a mono speaker at this very side. And I like where they have put the speaker, because if you are listening to music and you put it on a table or on a surface, the volume does not get low. So irrespective of where you place it, on the floor or on a surface, the audio does not go low. The audio remains to be at where you have put it, and I think I like it. The only problem is it's a mono speaker and it is not that quality. You can just use it to view your YouTube videos or to listen to your music. So I like it where they have put it. It is at the rightful place. Now let's move on to the cameras. As you all know, Samsung's mid-range phone cameras are very much far ahead compared to other mid-range phones. Now the phone comes with 4 back cameras. We have the ultra-wide camera, we have the primary camera, we have the macro camera, and we have the depth sensor camera. Now the ultra-wide camera has 8 megapixels, the macro camera has 2 megapixels, the primary camera has 48 megapixels, and the depth sensor camera has 2 megapixels. I like the camera bump. It does not even bother me, although to some people they are bothered with the camera bump. Now coming to the front, we have the selfie, which is at the center. I like also where it has been placed. It has 13 megapixels, so that means it takes pretty good, selfies compared to other mid-range phones. Now, much about the cameras will be done in the final review of this very phone. Today, I just want to have a feel of this very phone. And I think if you need a good camera for your very YouTube videos, you can always lay your hands on Galaxy A22. I have recorded some videos, I've already uploaded them on YouTube using this very phone, and I've also shown you some sample photos that I took with this very phone, but I will be doing a more complex video about the cameras later on, because that is where our interest is. Now, this has not been an in-depth video, it's just my first impressions. I've been using this phone for the past about 1.5 weeks, and I already like it. And so you might be asking, should I go and buy this phone? Of course, I would recommend this compared to the other mid-range phones, the F22, which is the cheapest, of course. And of course, this is also better than the M32, right? And this comes in two variants, as I said. We have the 4G and the 5G. I wouldn't recommend you to go for the 5G because its price is so crazy. Unless you really want to have a 5G, then you can go for that. But then I would recommend the Galaxy A22 4G. So for me, I went for 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal space, but you still have a provision of 6 gigs of RAM and 128 GB on the Galaxy A22. So you might want to go for that if your pocket will allow you to do that. Now, what I loved about this phone, apart from the cameras, is how much it can keep the power. You see, it takes about, let's say, an average of 26 hours before you charge this. And remember, you're using it. So I would really recommend, if you're looking for a mid-range phone, you would go for Galaxy A22. This has been just hands on Galaxy A22. I am preparing a full review about this phone. So if you'd like to see that, I would recommend that you subscribe to this channel and you turn on the notifications so that you do not miss the full review of this phone. Otherwise, this has been Kazungu Duncan, and I hope that I will see you in our full review. Peace.